It's not night yet, but the day already feels old. The light outside is still pretending there's energy left, I don't believe it. This is the hour when my body gives up before my schedule does. Coffee doesn't work anymore, neither does motivation. I just sit and let the tiredness catch up to me. The clock says afternoon, but my bones say evening, like I've already lived two versions of today. Emails unanswered, thoughts unfinished. I keep staring at nothing, like it might explain why I'm this drained. I didn't do much, but somehow it feels like I did too much. Existing all day is heavier than it sounds. The noise of the world gets quieter around this time, but my head does the opposite. Every small worry lines up, waiting to be noticed. I watch the sky start to change its mind about what color it wants to be. Not dark yet, just tired. I relate to that. This is when I think about things I didn't say, and things I said wrong, and conversations I'll probably replay tonight. My shoulders sink, not dramatically, just enough to feel it. I don't feel sad, I don't feel hopeful. I feel in between, like a pause no one talks about. Too tired to quit, too awake to rest, just here. I imagine dinner like it's something far away, even though it's not. I imagine tomorrow the same way. Close, but not reachable yet. The streetlights start warming up, getting ready before I am. I think about all the versions of me that work through days like this quietly without being noticed. I wonder how they did it, then I realize I'm doing it right now. Nothing hurts, everything aches. There's a difference. I don't need advice, I don't need answers. I just need this moment to pass gently. Late afternoon, you're not dramatic, you don't ask for attention. You just sit on my chest and wait, and I let you, because fighting tiredness never works. So I breathe slower, lower my voice, and let the day lean on me for a little longer. Soon it'll be evening. Soon I'll be allowed to stop. Until then, this is enough. Me, still here, still moving through the quiet exhaustion of another almost finished day. The day hasn't ended. I already feel like I've used up all my senses. There's still light outside, enough to pretend I should be doing more. I don't, I just sit and let my body catch its breath. This hour doesn't rush, it doesn't comfort either. It just stays longer than it needs to. My hands feel heavy, not tired from work, just tired from being awake for too long. I listen to the room instead of my thoughts, the quiet hum of things still running even when I don't want to. I envy that. I try to remember what I wanted this morning. It feels distant, like something I meant well but didn't reach. The afternoon does that to me. I'm not sad, I'm not calm, I'm worn down in a gentle way, like paper that's been folded too many times. The light starts leaning, not falling yet, just softer, more forgiving. I lower my voice without noticing, like the day is asking me to be quieter. I don't answer messages right away, not because I don't care, but because forming words feel expensive. Every sentence costs a little more than I have left. I sit with my tiredness instead of fighting it. It doesn't leave, but it stops pushing when I stop pushing back. We understand each other. For a moment I think about dinner, about rest, about tomorrow. All of them feel real, just not reachable from here. This in-between is heavier than it looks. I notice my breathing slower than earlier, like my body is already preparing to shut something down. I let it. There's nothing dramatic about this time of day. No endings, no relief, just the quiet work of lasting a little longer. I don't need encouragement, I don't need a plan. I just need permission to be this tired without explanation. The evening will come eventually, it always does. Until then I stay here, lowering my voice, lowering my expectations, letting the day finish me gently. Not giving up, not pushing forward, just here, still breathing through the slow, unnoticed weight of another almost over day. I don't raise my voice anymore, not because I feel less, but because everything inside is already too loud. I learned that quiet can hurt deeper when it's honest, so I talk like this low. Careful. Look, I'm afraid if I speak too clearly I'll fall apart. I still want you, just don't say it the way I used to. I leave it between sentences in the space after your name. Money keeps reminding me of what I can't promise, and I nod like I'm okay with that, like it doesn't keep me up at night. I imagine us together in moments so small they shouldn't matter, but they do. Your jacket on the chair, your keys on the table, me pretending I'm not counting how long it took us to get here. I don't need much, I keep saying that like repetition won't make it true, but I need you in ways I don't know how to budget for. I hate how careful I become, how love sounds different when you're trying not to drown in reality. I speak softly because if I let myself want too openly, I might not stop. I might ask for things I can't afford yet. There's a version of me that would choose you without hesitation, without planning, without fear. I hear it sometimes late at night when everything is quiet enough for honesty. She sounds tired but hopeful and a little broken. I don't want you to feel like a dream I can't reach or weight I can't carry, so I lower my voice and call it maturity, even when it feels like loss. I smile, I say soon, I say we'll see, like those words aren't stretching thin. I miss you in subtle ways and things I don't talk about out loud. I miss the idea of waking up and not having to decide between love and responsibility. Why does choosing sense feel like choosing distance? I'm still here, still listening, still holding space for us. I just learned how to love with the volume down, not because it matters less, but because it matters too much. If my voice sounds small, lean in. I'm saying the hardest things I know how to say. I'm scared of needing you more than I can show, and I'm scared of you thinking that means less. It doesn't. I carry you in quiet decisions and things I don't buy, and plans I don't rush. I choose you every day, just not loudly. Maybe one day I won't have to whisper. Maybe love won't feel like something I need to protect from the world. Until then, this is me, close careful, still choosing you. Lower than my voice, but deeper than I ever say. I don't scream when it hurts, I just lower my voice, like the pain might listen if I keep it calm. 3 a.m. talking to the wall again. My shadow knows my name, even when I don't. I'm not broken, I'm just tired of explaining why silence feels safer than being understood. My throat's dry from words I never said. They sit right here, heavy in my chest. No spotlight, no one to impress, just me counting breaths, trying not to disappear. I laugh quiet, so nobody asks why I'm okay in a practice way. If you hear me shaking, it's not fear, it's everything I've been holding back. So let me talk slow, let my voice crack. This is not a song, it's just the truth spilling out. I practice this goodbye in my head more times than I can count. But now that you're here, my voice doesn't follow the script. I don't wanna leave, I just know staying would break us in quieter, more permanent ways. You're looking at me like I changed overnight, but I've been drifting for a while now. I just didn't know how to say it out loud. Love didn't disappear, it just got tired of fighting time and timing and versions of ourselves we couldn't be at the same time. I still know your habits, the way you breathe before you speak, the pause you take when you're trying not to say the wrong thing. I memorized you, that's the problem. We tried to grow in opposite directions, calling it compromise, when really we were just stretching something fragile until it started tearing. I stayed quiet so you could feel safe. You stayed hopeful so I wouldn't feel guilty. Neither of us won. I wanted to be what you needed, but wanting isn't the same as being able. And that's the part that hurts the most, because love should be enough, but sometimes it isn't. And admitting that feels like failure, even when it's honesty. I thought about the future with you in it more than I'll ever admit, but every version had me slowly disappearing so you could shine, and I don't blame you for that. I just finally chose myself, and that feels selfish, even when it's survival. I know you'll say we could try harder, like effort hasn't already taken everything we had, left us empty, but still pretending. I don't want us to hate each other later. I don't want love to turn into resentment because we stayed too long out of fear. So I'm leaving now while I still care, while your name still sounds soft in my mouth. I'll miss the small things that don't sound important until they're gone. Your hoodie on my chair, your laugh from the other room, the way you say my name like it's home. You were home for a while, but homes can change, and that doesn't mean they weren't real. I hope one day you look back and don't feel abandoned. I hope you see this for what it is, not rejection but release. I'm not walking away because I stopped loving you. I'm walking away because loving you shouldn't cost me myself. My voice is shaking, not because I'm unsure, but because this is heavier than staying quiet would have been. So let me go gently, don't make this ugly. Don't ask me to explain it better. This is the clearest I can be. If I stay, I'll teach you how to love someone who's half gone, and you deserve more than that. So do I. This isn't goodbye forever. It's goodbye to this version of us that couldn't survive what we became. I'll carry you in the way I love differently now, in the boundaries I finally learned to draw. And when you think of me, I hope it doesn't hurt. I hope it feels like something honest that ended before it turned cruel. So I won't say I'll always love you. I'll say something truer. I loved you enough to let you go. I don't like the sound of my own voice, but I keep talking anyway. Like maybe if I say it enough times, it'll stop hurting. I learned early that being loud doesn't mean you'll be heard, so I got quieter and quieter until silence felt normal. Now I speak like I'm apologizing for existing late night again. Lights off, phone face down, I tell myself I'm resting, but I'm really just avoiding another thought I don't know how to finish. I replay conversations that never mattered, but somehow they still live in my chest, rent-free, breathing when I try not to. People say you're strong, like it's a compliment, like I had a choice, like strength didn't come from swallowing everything that wanted to come out screaming. I don't cry loud, I leak slow, quiet in places no one checks. My throat hurts, not from yelling, from holding, from pressing words back down until they learned how to stay there. Sometimes I wonder if I'd still recognize myself if I said everything I actually felt. Or would I lose people the way I lose sleep, slowly, then all at once? I've mastered the art of sounding okay, of smiling with my eyes while my thoughts stay somewhere else, somewhere darker. Familiar like this room at 3:47 a.m., where the air feels heavy and my name sounds strange when I say it out loud. I don't miss people, I miss versions of myself that existed before I learned how replaceable silence could be. I tell myself I'm not lonely, I just like my space, but space gets cold when no one asks how you're really doing, and I wouldn't know how to answer anyway. There's a difference between peace and numb. I live right in between where feelings knock, but I don't open the door if I stay still enough. Maybe they'll leave. I talk to the ceiling because it never interrupts, never tells me it could be worse, like that's supposed to help. I don't need fixing, I need listening, but softly, like you're afraid I might disappear if you speak too loud. I'm tired, not the kind sleep fixes, the kind that sits in your bones and asks questions you don't have answers for. Keep my voice low because it cracks when I'm honest, and I don't know if I'm ready for someone to hear that part. So I whisper, I breathe between sentences, I let the pauses talk when I can. This isn't a song, there's no hook to remember, no chorus to repeat, just a voice that stayed quiet for too long. If you're listening, don't clap, don't respond, just let it sit with you. It's all I ever wanted, to be heard without being explained. So I'll say it once and then I'll let it go. I'm still here even when I sound like I'm faded. I check my account before I text you back. Not because you cost me, but because reality always answers first. I love you, But love doesn't come with instructions on how to survive in a world that charges for everything. We talk about us like it's something we're saving for, like happiness is on layaway waiting for the right numbers to line up. I hate that money sits between us like a third voice in every conversation, quiet but always present. We dream small on purpose, one room, one table, one window with decent light. And even that feels like too much to ask for. I see your excitement when you talk about mornings together, and I nod like I'm not already tired from carrying tomorrow by myself. I wanna say yes without hesitation, without calculating, without fear. But my mouth learned caution before my heart learned patience. It's not that I don't want you, it's that I don't want us to start our life already exhausted. Love shouldn't feel like a risk assessment, but here we are doing numbers instead of names, doing budgets instead of plans. I imagine us fighting not over feelings, but over bills, over whose turn it is to be stressed this month. And that scares me more than being alone. I don't want our love to shrink under fluorescent lights and overdue notices. I don't want romance to turn into survival mode. You say, we'll be okay. And I want to believe it, I really do, but belief doesn't cancel debt and hope doesn't lower rent. Sometimes I feel weak for not choosing love blindly. Sometimes I feel strong for choosing stability. Most days I just feel tired from having to choose it all. I hate that being realistic feels like I'm betraying us, like I'm the one putting distance where affection wants to live. I don't need luxury, I don't need comfort, I just need to breathe without panic at the end of the month. And right now, breathing alone is already hard. I see couples online calling struggle romantic, and I wonder if they've ever had to choose between groceries and gas and seeing the person they love. There's nothing poetic about being broke together when you're both too tired to be gentle. So I wait, not because I don't care, but because I care enough to want us to last longer than hope. I want to build something that doesn't collapse the first time life pushes back. I want us to argue about paint colors, not finances, and maybe that makes me cautious. Maybe it makes me afraid, but it also makes me honest about what love needs to survive here. This isn't me choosing money. This is me choosing time. Choosing a future where we don't look back and wish we had waited anyway. I still want you in every version of tomorrow, just not this one, where everything is tight and nothing feels secure. So for now I love you quietly, responsibly, with space between my hands and yours. Not because I don't want to hold you, but because I'm trying to make sure when I do, I don't have to let go for reasons that could have been avoided. This is not the ending, it's the pause before we're ready to begin. Without fear, standing in the doorway of something we can finally afford. Until then, please know, every delay, every not yet, is me choosing us in the only way I know how. Right now. I don't know how you did it, but you did. You woke up again, even when yesterday took everything it could from you. I look in myself and I see tired, not dramatic tired, just the kind that sits in your shoulders and doesn't leave. And somehow you carried that into another morning. So, thank you for not quitting on the days when breathing felt like a chore and hope felt like a rumor other people believed in. You didn't feel strong, you just stayed, and that mattered. I know you wanted rest, not sleep, but real rest, the kind that makes life feel lighter. You didn't get that, but you stayed anyway. You showed up, half present, half empty, still showing up. Thank you for that. don't celebrate myself enough. I know I'm better at noticing what I didn't do, what I messed up, what I couldn't afford. But today I wanna notice this. You survived days that didn't love you back. You didn't heal overnight. You didn't become fearless. You didn't suddenly know what you were doing. You just didn't disappear. And that's not small, no matter how quietly you did it. Thank you for the small decisions no one saw, for getting out of bed, for answering one message, for eating something even when it tasted like nothing, for choosing later instead of never. You held tomorrow like something fragile, even when today was heavy in your hands. You didn't ask for applause, you didn't ask for credit, you just kept going like that was normal. It wasn't. I know you felt behind like everyone else had a map you were guessing, but you stayed curious enough to see if things might change. Thank you for that hope, even when it was quiet. I don't promise that it all gets easier. I won't lie to you like that, but I promise that what you did matters more than you think. You built a bridge out of days you didn't enjoy, so I could stand here still breathing. I'm grateful for the version of me who cried alone and still showed up the next day, for the one who felt replaceable and stayed anyway, for the one who didn't feel brave but acted like survival was enough. It was. Thank you for not needing a reason to keep going, for letting I don't know be enough to take one more step, for trusting that tomorrow was worth meeting even when today wasn't kind. If no one told you, I will. I see you, I respect you, I'm proud of you in a quiet way. Not for winning, not for thriving, but for staying. So when the nights get heavy again, and they will, remember this: you already made it through. So much without applause, without certainty, without ease, and tomorrow will thank you too. Just like I am right now. Thank you for choosing to be here again. I'll take it from here, one breath at a time. I try to sound calm when I talk about us, like this isn't something I think about. Every single day I tell myself patience isn't love, that waiting means I care. But some nights waiting feels like I'm losing you in slow motion. I don't need much, I swear I don't need perfect or easy. I just need you close enough that I don't have to imagine. I see other lives moving forward and I try not to rush ours, but my heart doesn't understand timing, it just understands absence. I miss you in advance, in futures we haven't reached yet. Money keeps saying later, life keeps saying not yet, and I keep saying your name under my breath, like it might change something. I don't wanna beg, but I don't wanna be strong anymore. I'm tired of being reasonable when all I want is to come home to you. I picture your hands doing ordinary things, and it hurts more than missing you, because it feels possible and impossible at the same time. I don't want distance to teach us how to live without each other. I don't want someday to turn and include a version of me that learned how to cope without you. They say love waits, but no one talks about how heavy waiting is when you're carrying it alone. I smile when I say we'll be okay, but my voice cracks when I say it in the dark. I don't want luxury, I don't want safety nets. I just want mornings where I don't have to leave to feel responsible. I'm scared But if I keep choosing sense, I'll lose something I can't get back. Not you, but us. There's a version of us that works, I feel it, I know it, I just can't afford it yet. And that sentence breaks me every time. I love you, not quietly, not carefully, but desperately inside my chest where no one sees. If I sound distant, it's because I'm holding myself together with both hands. I'm not asking for forever right now, I'm asking for faith that this isn't for nothing. Please don't fade while I'm being practical. Please don't learn how to stop needing me while I'm trying to be strong. I'm still here, still choosing you, even when it hurts to wait. I just need you to stay close, even if we can't close the distance yet. This isn't weakness, this is me admitting how much I want us. So if you feel me pulling back, it's not because I don't care. It's because I care more than I can say out loud. And I'm scared of saying it in case it makes the waiting unbearable. But here it is, soft, unpolished, true. I want you, I choose you. Even now, even like this, I'm still holding on. I count change before I count days, before I count how long I've been wanting a life that looks simple but costs too much. I love you in a way that feels adult, measured, careful, always doing math in my head. Rent, bills, food, gas, dreams in that order. We talk about living together like it's a future tense, like it's something time will magically afford for us if we just wait long enough. But time doesn't pay deposits and love doesn't cover interest. I picture you in a small kitchen laughing while nothing's cooking yet, just us leaning on hope like it's furniture we already own. But hope doesn't sign leases and landlords don't accept someday as currency. I hate that money gets a vote in our relationship. Hate that love has to negotiate with reality every single day. We could be happy, I know we could, but happiness still needs a roof, still needs heat in winter, still needs groceries at the end of the month. And right now we barely have enough for ourselves, let alone a future with shared keys and shared silence. You say we'll figure it out, and I believe you. I just don't know if belief is enough when numbers keep saying no. I don't want a big place, I don't want luxury, I just wanna wake up next to you without calculating how much that morning costs. I want ordinary, but ordinary is expensive now. I feel guilty for wanting you, for imagining us like it's irresponsible to dream without a financial plan. Love feels naive when the bank balance keeps reminding you that feelings don't equal stability. Sometimes I wonder if I'm being practical or just scared that loving you fully means failing financially, and I don't know which one hurts more. I see couples building lives and I try not to compare, but it's hard when you're choosing between groceries and seeing each other more often. I don't wanna resent you for things that aren't your fault. I don't want you to feel like a burden when you're the only thing that feels light in my life. But love under pressure starts to feel heavy even when it's gentle. I wish I could tell you, let's do it anyway, let's struggle together, let's figure it out inside the mess. But I'm tired of barely surviving on my own. I don't want us to move in together just to move apart emotionally, because stress moved in with us too. So I wait, I save, I say not yet, when every part of me wants to say now. I hate that being responsible feels like betrayal, like choosing stability over love, even when love is the only thing keeping me sane. I still imagine it though, as sharing cheap furniture, arguing about nothing, falling asleep on the couch because home isn't perfect but it's ours. I hold that picture quietly, like something fragile, like something I can't afford to drop. This isn't me choosing money over you, it's me trying to make sure when I choose us, we don't break under the weight of reality. I love you enough to wait, enough to worry, enough to admit that right now love alone isn't enough. But one day I hope it will be. And when it is, I won't count the cost, I'll just open the door and finally say, come home. I speak slower now, not because I have nothing to say, but because every word feels heavier than before. I learned that rushing doesn't make life kinder, it just makes mistakes louder. So I take my time with sentences, with feelings with you. I look at you and I already see a life we're not living yet, just outline, just maybes, just one day. Money keeps interrupting every soft thought I have, like a reminder that love still lives inside rules and limits. We don't fight about feelings, we fight about timing, about whether now is allowed. I hate that word, allowed, as if happiness needs permission, as if loving you is something I should wait until I can't afford. I imagine us quiet together, not talking, just existing, and even that feels expensive. You say you don't need much and I believe you, but I know how life works. It starts small, then keeps asking for more. More rent, more effort, more strength than we have on some days. I don't wanna watch love turn into stress, I don't wanna hear your size change because of numbers we can't control. So I slow everything down, my voice, my plans, my promises, not because I don't mean them, but because I want them to survive. There's a difference between waiting and giving up. I'm waiting with my hands still open. I still picture your shoes by the door, your cup on the table, a life so normal it almost hurts. Normal shouldn't feel this far away. Sometimes I feel weak for choosing caution, sometimes I feel brave for choosing truth. Most of the time I just feel tired of being responsible. No one tells you how lonely responsibility can be. I love you in quiet ways now, in ways that don't demand more than we can give. I love you with space, with patience, with hope I don't say out loud, because saying it makes it feel fragile. I'm scared that if we rush we'll lose each other, not all at once, but slowly, through stress, through blame, through exhaustion. I don't want that version of us. So if I sound distant, if my voice stays low, if I pause too long before I answer, it's not hesitation, it's care. I'm protecting something that hasn't happened yet. One day I won't need to calculate before I reach for you. One day love won't feel like a risk, it'll feel like a place. Until then we pause here, not apart, just not fully together, still choosing each other in the slowest, most careful way we know how. And maybe that's not romantic, but it's honest. And right now, honest is all I can afford. So stay just like this with me, quiet, unrushed, still here.
I don't need anything else right now. I dare even stop here. I did enough, even if it doesn't look like it. My body knows before I do it's time to be quiet. I'm still here, that's not small. I'll rest in a moment, not yet. Just one more breath. Okay now, it's enough.
I can't let go. Slowly